Tim Burton grew up in suburban Burbank in California. He always felt at odds with the ordinariness of the world of his youth and was conscious of the weirdness that lay just beneath the surface of everyday life. From an early age, Burton became intrigued by the contradictory nature of human experience. Alienated by the bland environment of his youth, Burton fueled his highly visual imagination with a large and diverse range of pop culture texts, toys, and children's books. He drew constantly, and both his drawings and his teenage films reveal the significance of these early influences. As well as enjoying TV cartoon animations, Burton admired and emulated the drawing styles of popular newspaper and magazine cartoonists. He matched his love of comics and humour with the darker pleasures of British Hammer horror films, Japanese monster movies, and B-grade science fiction films. Burton's films are marked by his fascination with outsiders, a fascination that is connected with his lifelong affinity with monsters like King Kong, Frankenstein, Godzilla, and the creature from the Black Lagoon, and his sense that the creatures from these films had much more heartfelt souls than the human characters around them. This childhood identification with the dark side of the human imagination is the basis for Burton's love of German expressionist cinema. A video clip will now play. Please look at your screen.
What I was really responded to in movies was German expressionism. There was just something about the dynamics and the shapes. I mean, because it not only, for me, I like strength in design with the shadows and the light and dark and you know, like Fritz Lang and those kind of, you know, or George Méliès, you know, those old films that really captured a spirit and a feeling of like being in a dreamscape or inside of somebody's mind was something that was very strong to me.
The distinctiveness and originality of Burton's creative vision is connected to the diversity of his early interests and his passion for the most visually energetic styles and forms of pop culture. Burton's childhood obsessions are a constant reference point and source of inspiration in his work. The stories of Edgar Allan Poe and Burton's love of actor Vincent Price inspired the short film Vincent. An enthusiasm for B-grade science fiction films underpins biopic Ed Wood. Hammer horror movies influenced Sleepy Hollow, and Burton's fascination with the carnival emerges in many films, including Beetlejuice, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Big Fish. Burton is also indebted to the weird and funny worldview of children's author Dr. Seuss. He specifically draws on Dr. Seuss's rhythmical language for Vincent and has referred to The Nightmare Before Christmas as German expressionism combined with Dr. Seuss. A video clip will now play. Please look at your screen.
I didn't grow up in a real art culture. Most of where I got stuff from was TV or movies or, you know, monster magazines. Dr. Seuss probably was the first person that taught me that want to draw, you know, because I remember taking some of his stories and like one fish, two fish, and continuing to draw fish because I liked it, so I just wanted to keep the story going. You know, it wasn't until I got older that I got to experience like seeing painters work where you see it, you know, live and you get the energy coming off of it. It's a relatively new world for me.